You know, they say in life it's all about who you know. My lady friend here knows Google, so they sent her cool gifts. It's Rebecca Roper from Big Wing has walked down the stairs. Join us here in the Oklahomans video studio. And we're talking about this device right here that you actually did receive from Google Partners. What is this?
This is Google Cardboard. This is a handpiece in which you can utilize your
Yeah, your smartphones, right?
Yeah, our smartphones.
You have an Android device, I have an Apple device right here, but it works for either one, right?
Yes, it does. So the only thing you need to do to make this work is download the Google Cardboard app, and once you've downloaded the app, you can insert it into the device.
It just fits snugly just like that.
Fits snugly in, and you're ready for the experience.
This reminds me of the old thing that we had growing up, and I'll show how old I am here, of the thing that you put in the cartridges, and but it's similar to that, because once you put it up to your eyes, you're in a whole different world.
It is. It's exactly what you said, with the exception that this is a 3D virtual reality experience. So when your head looks up, you look up, the camera turns with your body. You feel completely immersed in the experience.
We're actually looking at some footage that we pulled off of YouTube that kind of illustrates how this device is used. Now, over the weekend, New York Times sent this out to its print subscribers, and I was like, what is this? This is kind of cool, and I looked into the Google Cardboard. I was actually at a conference a couple weeks ago, and they referenced it as well. This is something you could either build yourself, or you can buy actually pretty cheaply online, right?
Yes. There's an online instructional guide as to what materials and specifications are required to build one of these.
You could actually go to a Radio Shack or whatever and buy all the materials you need, from the cardboard to the rubber bands.
Everything, yes.
Now let's talk content. You mentioned virtual reality. Explain a little bit more about what that is, or at least what we've seen so far that is used with Google Cardboard.
So far with Google Cardboard, they've integrated apps such as Google Maps, which they've provided a selection of locations that you can explore in a three-dimensional
really cool
virtual reality experience. You can fly up into space and view Earth from the top of the atmosphere.
Right, I think we're looking at New York City right here, of someone using that to kind of explore the streets.
Most definitely. They've also integrated gaming into the device. So there are interactive games, educational applications.
We're starting to see more of the virtual reality, or the VR. You had mentioned beforehand something called Oculus Rift, which me and Greg Singleton thought would be a good band name, but that is more of a gaming device, right?
Yes, it is. It's similar to something such as an Xbox, but it's a console that's actually worn as a headset, and it allows the user to interact with the game in a VR type setting.
One thing I noticed when I was trying the Google Cardboard in my office this morning, when you brought it by, I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. But that's kind of how you navigate. You actually physically spin.
You do physically spin. The functionality of the app and the handpiece is completely dependent on your movements. So when you look up, you're looking up. If you're walking forward, you're walking forward. And when you're turning, you're turning. You're completely in the middle of whatever experience the app you're in has created.
Now, I mentioned Rebecca Roper here is Google certified. Various people with Big Wing are Google certified. So Google sent various cardboards to you guys. I'm just picturing you sitting at your desk, everybody holding these things up. You do look a little bit goofy when you're using it.
We got the attention of everyone in the office. We had some of our fellow coworkers come over, and we had people doing everything from holding on because they were losing their balance to emulating a swim through the ocean, because again, there are apps where you can explore different parts of the world.
Yeah, there was a jungle. I remember seeing a gorilla there.
Yeah.
You turn around, there's a big ape right next to you.
Yeah, there's a video you can swim under the ocean and see the coral reef and have the fish swim by. You can fly in a plane over the mountains.
It's pretty cool, especially the price point, because I remember Google Glass, and I forget what the price point was, but it wasn't really for the everyday person.
Not at all.
Dropping down several $100s for that. We're talking $3 or $4 on eBay that I saw for these.
$3 or $4.
Do you think that this will go the way of the Google Glass, or maybe this has a little more traction because people can develop for it with the apps, and the price point's pretty cheap?
I would go more for development. I think Google's intent with developing the cardboard was to initiate an interest in virtual reality development amongst apps and interest, because truly virtual reality, the VR experience is the future of communications and education, and the implications within the classroom are just, at this point right now, endless.
That would be a good utility for that. All right, she's Rebecca Roper, SEM and retargeting specialist with our friends at Big Wing. Thanks for dropping by and showing off the latest gadget from Google. We appreciate it.
Thank you.